is that girl? You know, the saying, that girl or the it girl. And I'm bringing that up because are you that girl? I'm Alicia Soykawa, the Empowered Woman. And today we're going to talk about the it girl energy, right? The it girl morning energy is because of morning habits and which help you then skyrocket your motivation and your success. And I know a lot of you have seen Hal Elrod's Miracle Morning. A lot of people are like, what's your morning routine? What's your morning routine? Then you have the naysayers, like I think the Hormozis are notorious for saying they just go straight into work. That is their morning routine then, you know? So we all have some type of morning routine. I think the whole point is not to live by default, to live intentionally. And that's what the morning routine does for you. So if you're one of those people like me, how the day gets crazier and crazier and crazier and crazier as you go along, then you become reactive, not proactive. And if your brain is not in a place to be able to handle things all bombarding you because you haven't started it out well, it kind of just starts to pile up and then you like burst, you know, with frustration and you bring all that home to your family. So I think to have that girl energy, you have to think about who do I need to be that girl? And I know we all see it. I mean, a lot of it's fake, let's be real, on Instagram and all that stuff. But if you were to thinking it's going to be perfect, like your Sarah Blakely's of the world, the people that seem to have it all together, but yet not have it together at all. They're my favorite kind of people that you're looking at. How do they make that happen? What was the magic pill? And I want to say again, there is no magic pill. There's something over time, consistency over time of doing something over and over and over and over again. And I think it's about what you focus on. That's where your energy goes. The more focused you are on something, it's like thinking about a laser, right? A laser can cut so precisely, so cleanly, so fast, or you can do something really broad and not really do anything, right? It doesn't really, it's so diluted that there's no power or force behind it to push it through. So you want to be that laser focused person, and to be laser focused in the purpose you have in life, sometimes having a ritual in the morning, having habits, like it's grooved into your brain to do things. It's like that reflex, right? So when you kind of get that going, it helps you become that girl. And so there's a psychology behind habits, right? There's a book called Atomic Habits. I highly recommend. As you can tell, I'm a big reader, and I recommend these books because it gives you different perspectives. It opens your mind up outside of what you've been thinking about and gets you out of your tunnel. And sometimes that's all you need to open up and give a different perspective. There's a saying, I had to write it out because it sounds weird. If you change the way you look at things, the way you look at things change. That's from RPM, from Tony Robbins, but I don't know who said it, but it is a great saying. I mean, I actually wrote it down and it's a great way to look at it. And it's one of those things to look at like what dopamine hits are and what consistency can do for your life. And we all know that if you wire your brain with routines day by day by day by day, it's like a habit, right? You don't have to think about certain things because you just do it. You brush your teeth, you take a shower, you probably sleep on the same side of the bed, you probably take your vitamins at the same time. Those are habits you've done probably since you were young. I'm that person. Like I sleep on the same side of the bed. I have a whole routine. I do a routine before bed. When I get up, my skincare routine, everything is like, I don't even have to think about it. It just is done. Like I can do other things because it's built into my muscle memory. Just like sometimes if you arrive at a location, you're sometimes like, how did I get here? Because your body knows what to do. So when your body knows what to do, your mind's free to do other things. So that's what's teaching you is that consistency over time to kind of build those habits to give you that power. My morning routine for alignment and focus kind of changes. And I'll be honest, I have coaching Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays for most of the day. Mondays and Fridays, sometimes it's for like makeup coaching days, or I have coaching if I have to travel or something's going on in the middle of the week. But typically I like to bookend because if I need to do inspections for real estate or appointments or, you know, things going on, I know I have those days. If I need to take listing pictures or do video or content, I reserve that. Or if there's travel for family, I know it would probably be a long weekend typically. And then on the weekends, I also have my accountability call with my mastermind on Saturday mornings, which is a huge routine of mine. And when I don't do it, I had to travel for a couple weeks. I feel like something's not right with me. And then on those Sundays, I do my big Sunday reset. I know a lot of you out there do that. I highly recommend a Sunday reset. I look back, I do an after action review. I look at my calendar. I send my coach email out to my coaching clients and I plan for my week ahead. This is all done on Sundays, typically, unless it's a holiday weekend, then I do it on a Monday, like Labor Day, Memorial Day, places like that. And one of the things for me is when I wake up, I always go downstairs and first, before I even leave my room, I will do a morning meditation. I typically do Joe Dispenza's morning rotation right now. And what you can do typically is he has them on YouTube, but I have paid and downloaded from his website because it's a file on my phone. And that way I can put my AirPods in and I can put it on Do Not Disturb. So I'm not getting a little alert here and there during my meditation when I'm trying to meditate. It's will make you crazy. So that's 23 minutes long. So I know I need to set my alarm for 23 minutes earlier. So I do that so I can stay in that meditation. I greet the day differently. The days I don't do it, I notice I have like a, what's the word? Like a racing heart feeling. It's like that pitter patter of like, oh my gosh, what do I have to do today? And my brain starts going like cuckoo. And so I find when I do these, it kind of just makes me blank and chill. Whatever's gonna go on, I'm ready to handle it. So I get out of bed, black coffee, water, with hydrogen tab. Hydrogenized water, my husband Michael researched it, is better for us to absorb it. I take 2 NAD pills and 2 beetroot pills. That's my little routine. Come back upstairs. I like to journal, free flow journal, 2-3 pages. I read a few pages, like 10 to 15, 20 pages. And if I have more time, I'll read more. And then I usually go into my emails. That's my routine. And then somewhere in the morning, late morning, or whenever I have time, I'll get a workout in. Sometimes it's a ride on the Peloton. Sometimes it's a weighted vest walk outside. Sometimes it's doing floor work or an exercise on the Peloton app on my phone. I'm now wanting to do some exercise out of the house and actually incorporate heavier weights because I'm reading now the importance of lifting heavy weights for women that are getting ready to go into the next stages of life, like perimenopause and menopause, which I know I'm perimenopausal. So that's going to be an interesting change to my morning routine. But that is what I do right now. Everyone's different. Like I have friends that get up and write. I have friends that read the Bible every morning. I have my Bible and sometimes I'll read the Bible. I haven't read it in a while, I'll be honest, but it is a great thing to read. Breath work, breathing, taking some really deep breaths, like pranic breathing. I recently learned 6 counts in, hold 3 counts, 6 counts out. It's really good because it gives you life. Air is life force. Sun is life force. The earth is life force. Like you have to give yourself that as human beings so that we can process correctly. Highly recommend. Movement is big. Movement's in there, as you can see. It doesn't necessarily happen first thing in the morning, but it's happening. It's in my checklist to get done. And also mindset. Mindset for me comes from the journaling, comes from the reading. And for different, you can listen to a podcast. You can listen to a YouTube. You can listen to a book on Audible. These are different things to have mindset. Or you can get on an accountability call. That's mindset too, right? Listening to someone or watching a YouTube. So you have to think about what is negotiable for you and what is non-negotiable. I have some days I will say it's not 100% of the time. And that is the misnomer that you have to understand. Like the day that we flew out and I had to get out of the hotel at 5 o'clock in the morning, I did not do any of that stuff. There was no reading and journaling. It was trying to get ourselves in the Uber to the airport, to get on the airplane, to come home. That day was not happening. Okay. So understand there is not a absolute in this. This is like when my schedule is regular. That's why when you come back from vacation, you're kind of like, bleh, because you're trying to get back to your routine, which then says to your body, we're back on track. We're getting back in motion. We're doing what we need to do. We are creatures of habit. Humans crave it. We need it. Children need it. They'll even hear it. You need that to function. That's just who we are. And I think sometimes it's really important too, because what happens when you don't look at what's flexible, what's non-negotiable, you let go of things that are non-negotiable and then you do it over and over and over. I try not to skip more than 1 or 2 days because I find that once you get to a week out, you're like, oh no. But I've been there. Like if you've been sick, I've been really sick here and there. I'm not working out when I'm sick. I don't feel well. I'm not doing all those things. Or if I'm on vacation for a week and I want to be with friends and family and we're traveling and doing stuff, I may not work out. I may not do my reading. And I give myself grace and permission. So that's what I'm talking about, being flexible in the things you want to do. Looking at business and life momentum by noon. Noon is like that magical time. For some reason, if you get up early, the morning part till noon seems to last a long time. But then all of a sudden, like afternoon, it's like night. It's really weird. I don't get it. But I would say that your morning choices do affect your productivity, your mindset, your clarity, and your abundance. Because I traditionally just get more and more tired all day long because we make decisions all day long. And I think there is something called decision fatigue. Like you can make only so many decisions before your brain's like shuts down. And it's like, I don't care. I can make no more decisions. And it could be even something easy as what do you want for dinner? And if you've made decisions all day long in your business and life, and then someone says, what do you want for dinner? You may just be like, I don't know. And that happens to me all the time. I don't know if that lands with you. You need to drop a thumbs up if it does, because it's crazy how that happens. Something so simple and you can't even think of it. It's craziness, right? So it's something important today. And that's why I do stress time blocking, especially for women in busy lives. And I love my Google Calendar, but I think don't necessarily be so rigid to it. I just finished taking Tony Robbins' RPM course again for the second time. And he talks about chunking, like chunking groups of things together and figuring out how can you group things together in time blocks. That's a great way to do it. Like, so if you have a bunch of personal stuff to do, like maybe group it together and block out time versus like going back and forth. It's like running over here to do something and running over here to do something else, right? That whole concept, you need to stop that. Group things together. That's why on Sundays, I do my Sunday reset. It's grouped together in my mind, right? That's an example. So that's just something to think about. If you haven't time blocked your stuff out, look at doing it, look at what makes sense to you and follow it. Don't put something on the time block and then ignore it, because you're going to ignore everything else, right? It's not a suggestion. If it's in there, you need to follow it, is what I would say. And then focusing on yourself without guilt. I just did a video about it. Oh my gosh. Selfish versus self-full. You got to be self-full so you can pour into others. I love that demonstration when the pitcher pours into the glass and then you drink from the glass over and over and over and it's empty, yet you still want to pour more out of it. Think about that. Think about if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not rested. If you're not rested, you're basically an asshole to everyone in the world, because you're tired and you're running on fumes and you're probably going to get sick. And I've been there. I've been that person. And I'm going to tell you that I've shown up and shown my butt, my ass to so many people because I'm just tired. I'm tired and I'm exhausted or I'm hungry. Like, take care of yourself, eat well, sleep, enjoy, laugh. And I was just telling my husband the other day, I was like, I don't think I play enough. I think I work so hard and I'm in this growth mode and I want to play more. That's one of my goals for this year, to play more, meaning like do more fun things, do things that make you joyful. And he brought up, he's like, you want to play some pickleball? And I actually do. I would love to play. I haven't given their space to be there. And so because of that, I'm going to be more intentional about playing more. And that's what I'm talking about. When you allow yourself space to have awareness about what's missing and what the gaps are, you can figure out what you want to put in to give yourself more joy. So make sure that joy's in that time block too. And I think too, like setting boundaries, loving boundaries or lines, or saying, hey, these are my standards in the morning are so important for you. You know, have the discipline to resist emailing right back, texting right back. Just put it on a note that, or keep it unread so that you'll go to it later. Just know that I have these people to text back. I'll do it in an hour after I've done my stuff for myself, and I can show up better, have a better response, and not be emotional or reactive. That's like huge. I'm going through a really difficult deal right now and I really want to punch someone in the face, and I have someone else buffering me, handling it, because I know I'm not going to show up right. And I think it's so good to know that and to disengage when you need to. So one of those things I would say is I invite you to try morning routine out, whatever that looks like to you. If your morning routine is to get up, have coffee, and go to work, that's great. That's your morning routine. I'm not here to judge it. But if there are things you want to do and things you want to accomplish and you're not making room for it, or maybe your morning routine happens at lunch, maybe it's different for you, maybe it's an evening routine. I welcome the challenge for you to invite yourself to make a routine, to start inviting that into your life, to see if there's change that happens from doing it, and also to give you that girl energy. Sometimes it doesn't have to be morning, it could be evening. Because if you're working a night shift, maybe your morning is different. Maybe your morning is at 6 p.m. and you're going into work at 9. I don't know. And then if you're ready to activate that girl energy, or you want to explore this more, you know, hit subscribe. I'd love to have you as a subscriber, or shoot me a little message and I would love to have a consult on how I can help you grow further or give you accountability if that's what you're looking for. And until next time, stay empowered and be that girl.